Buy one, get one at half price this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only. Those dwarf ever-blooming azaleas, still just $2.99, but hurry, supplies are limited. If you're out looking for garden deals this weekend, head on over to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, 2610 Southeast 38th Street, about a mile east of US 441 on the easy southeast side of Ocala. They're open till 4, Saturday till 2, homegrown, locally owned, and the same place since 1952.
Wow, man, you have a computer?
Yes, and I'm looking at villages1.com. They have a ton of information for the Villages resident.
Wow, they have information by the ton? I only need a couple ounces, man.
Movie schedule, doctors, local attractions, even a section called Who You Gonna Call for plumbers and painters and stuff like that. These guys own cyberspace.
Wow, man, they space.
That's where they packaged 50,000 pages of information for the Village residents.
Wow, they package it where?
Villages1.com.
Where, man?
Villages1.com.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. It's only fitting that one of the most fun segments of the week has the most fun theme song of the week. Jim George is here. Jim is the owner of American Cable Services and Media in Motion. If you have any questions about your computer, your cable TV, an antenna that you can use instead of cable, our good friend Doug now is in that group of people. Thank you to Jim George and to his friend Ken's Antennas. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And of course, the phone number right here, right now is 622-9622. Jim comes in to talk to us about technology, and it's anything goes. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, we were talking off the air that Dish TV, which is Doug's old company, the one he used to have, right? Or was it the other one? It was one of the two. And they were so nice, by the way. Let me tell you, because they would call me, because it was hard to get Doug sometimes. And they were the nicest people, so I'm not trying to trash them.
Oh, yeah, no.
But still, dollars are dollars. If you have to cut corners. They lost 281,000 subscribers in the second quarter, and probably because of the money. Probably not because of the programming. The programming is probably all right. People are probably happy with it.
Yep, and there's a lot of sub-channels. You know, you not only have a channel 2, but you have a 2.1 and a 2.2. So where you had 12, the 15 channels before, if you look at the sub-channels, you have between 45 and 70 channels. I mean, that's a lot of channels to go through. And Doug hasn't even used his very
That's
much.
with the antenna, you mean?
Yes, with the antenna.
Oh, okay.
You just turn it to the direction and then go through your channel lineup. Then turn it a little bit more and go through the same thing. And you'll find channels all over.
But he is telling me channels with the points, like 2 point something,
Yes.
and whatever. He's doing that now, so.
Yep, that it does. His TV recognizes it from the antenna and switches it automatically.
So do you think we're going back in that direction where we'll be an antenna society rather than in other words, will it be free TV again?
Yes, it is. See, it's always been free TV if it's off the air. It's only when the cable company picked it up and used it as an amenity to get you to subscribe to them that the broadcaster said, fine, if you're going to make money off of us, you're going to pay us.
But the advantage to cable was the better picture.
Yes.
And the movie channels. I think HBO was the first one, maybe.
Yes,
and
it was the first.
Yeah, Stars, yeah.
And all these other movie channels.
I think that was a big seller too. So
yeah.
But we're finding that when we do our survey, and we could be wrong. We're in a gated community that has 1,000 people, so it's good to do an easy survey in there. People don't watch HBO, Showtime, Cinemax.
They don't watch it anymore.
No, they subscribe to it, and then they'll come and say to me after 6 months, there's nothing really. If my wife and I want to go out to a movie, we like to say, there's only 1 or 2 people that will get a movie, and they do that with Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be good news for the movie theaters.
It is good news for the movie theaters.
That was the fear of movie theaters when cable first started, was that they were going to disappear. They were going to have no audience anymore. You want to go to the phone?
Yes.
We do have a phone call coming in, 622-9622, if you'd also like to call. Jim George is here. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning.
Hey, I tell you, the old TV antenna is really throwing a scare into the cable and satellite companies, every time you pick up the paper, they got another deal on something. They're just basically giving their stuff away. So I think like Larry's trying to allude to, I got a feeling the antenna's on the way back, and these other guys are on the way out, and good news.
Yes, and the cost is not going down any. I mean, the cable companies are still increasing their price, but they're trying to make the packages such that it appears like your basic tier is very cheap or very free. But then after 60 days or 90 days, gotcha.
Yeah, I think eventually, though, they're going to be dropping their prices and dropping, and God only knows what's going to happen down the line, but this is the greatest thing that has happened in a long time, is the TV antenna coming back.
Exactly. No, it's going to come back. I've talked to a company in Key West that is doing what I want to do, which is IPTV. They're not licensed for all the major channels, but they do have the small independent ones, and they've got like 100,000 subscribers, but they charge, like I said, about $10 to $12 a month. You get about 80 channels as long as you have your internet. Yeah. Done. That's better than putting up an antenna.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, thank you for all you do, and thank you for bringing back the TV antenna.
You're welcome.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a blessing for somebody who's having money issues, and I mean, it really is. And in Doug's case, he fits into that category perfectly. So now he's got extra money for whatever.
Right. Well, this antenna that Ken gave to Doug is made for the small homeowner. In other words, it's very small. You saw how small it was in a box.
Yeah,
it's a kit.
I saw it up on the.
We put it together
in
maybe 10 minutes. We put it together. This all snaps together, a couple of screws, and it's got a rotor, so you can turn it wherever you want to turn it. So you aim it north, you get Jacksonville channels. You get Gainesville channels. You aim it east, you get Daytona and Orlando. You aim it south, you get more Orlando and Kissimmee. So just aim the channel where you want it. The antenna, where you want it.
Yeah. I think even like the internet is getting a little bit ridiculous too. I mean, you pay so much for it, and
right.
For what reason? It just seems like it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Everything else goes up.
Yeah.
Everything goes up, right?
But not the wages.
Yeah, the equipment might
living.
come down, in pricing, but like Robin's saying, the labor's going up. I'm forced myself to increase my prices for some of the electrical work I do because I'm getting more and more work because people know I'm so cheap. But it still takes me the same amount of hours.
Yeah.
It's going to take me 3 hours.
You
4
still
hours.
have to pay your bills.
Yep. So I said, no, I've got to go up. And thank God the gas price is down. Remember what was higher and higher and higher, like 6 months ago or whatever it was? That was killing me. But now, I can drive.
Now you
to
can take a
Tampa
little day trip if you want.
If you want to do a day trip.
By the way, I wanted to ask you something. This is technology, pure technology. When people pay with their phones, because we've never done this, and I don't think our phones can do this, but when they do that, what actually happens? Do they...
It's a bank transaction.
Do they approve it, or does it just do it? I mean, how does that happen? Because you're not swiping, and they're not putting in any PIN numbers or anything.
Well, I'm not positive about the security of it. If you're asking me at that point, I could always find out with just one phone call. But I know that my daughters use it when they go to grocery shopping even. They'll just put their cell phone up, and I guess the Bluetooth part of the cell phone just talks to the cash register and says, okay, accepted.
But are they doing something to say, yes, I want to pay this? Like if she lost her phone and somebody else got it, could they be buying food with it or anything?
I imagine they could. Do you still have the gentleman, Matt, from Verizon that comes in?
He was here the other day, but I don't think he's not doing a show right now. He's not doing.
Well, we need to ask him.
Yeah, that would be a good question.
Yeah, that's a question for a phone guy more
Actually,
than a question.
the young people here probably all know this. They're probably all doing it, right?
Yeah, don't ask Joe.
Right? No, he's in the wrong category. He's in our category.
Yeah.
We need to know.
Yeah.
But people have the antennas, and that would be wonderful for them for being cost effective, but also for your service too, because you have a la carte. And that would be wonderful. That way you don't have to watch or have on your system and pay for channels that you never ever watch.
Yeah, one of the things we're going to try and do when we physically launch is to, when we send you out a box, we're going to ask you if you'd like to have a small antenna.
Oh, really? Okay.
Much smaller than what Doug has. But the idea is now all your off-the-airs in your area, for instance, you might be in Homosassa Springs. So you could pick up Tampa channels. But here I am trying to deliver you Ocala channels.
Okay.
All right?
Oh.
So all you do is put up that little antenna, and there's a plug right in the back of my box. And you bring the antenna wire down and plug it in the back of my box, and it recognizes what's out there. And then when you go to NBC or CBS, you're getting the local NBC, the local CBS.
Oh, how wonderful.
And those antennas will probably only cost about $20
Uh-huh.
because it will not have a
marvelous.
rotor on
It's
it.
another technology question I want to ask you. There was advice you brought into us one time, a little square thing that could recharge your phone real quickly.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
If you charged that up, and it would recharge the phone one time, I think it was, right?
You mean before it emptied itself?
Yeah.
Yes, basically.
I think it was one time. And fast, but faster than it would if
Much
you
faster.
plugged it into the wall. Is there something that you could take with you on a vacation, let's say? And if you're on a vacation in a hotel, you're always going to have electricity, so it's probably not a need. But let's say you were hiking across the desert or whatever,
right.
and there was no. Is there a device that could literally charge your devices more than once?
Oh, yes, easy. So they make a vest. You've probably seen it on TV. It's
A vest?
Yep. It looks like sequins in certain spots, like on your shoulders, back of your neck, front of your chest, and that's little solar cells.
Oh,
And then you just take your cell phone and just stick it in your pocket, and it charges it.
really? Oh, my gosh.
Oh wow, that's a cool
And
idea.
it charges forever. But also, the little devices I gave you are good for one charge. But my wife has a box, and sort of my daughter's, that can charge like 3 times. Because
Oh.
the battery in it is larger, like 3 times larger than the battery in your cell phone. So you could, they will tell me that they will charge that unit once and keep their cell phone charged all week.
Really? Now, Matt Gibbs, who does the auto show,
Yes.
he talks about a device that you can jumpstart your car with.
Yes.
So that's got to have a lot of power in it. So if they can hold that much power in a little box,
Right.
then they must be able to do it for phones too.
That's right. No, but that technology, the charging technology, when I went to the show yesterday down in Tampa, which was fire alarm, burglar alarm, closed circuit TV, I have a wireless intrusion alarm system in my house. So I have 52 different wireless devices, inside doors, outside doors, pathway, those type of things. And I was talking to him, those batteries are super expensive. They're like $10, and they're the photocell type that go into a camera. He said, not the new ones. The new ones, these batteries cost $2, and they last 5 years.
Really?
Really?
5 years.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, that's the technology we're into. And he showed me the battery, and it was the size of my thumbnail and probably as thick as a quarter. The size of a nickel. There it was. It was the
Oh,
size
my
of a nickel.
gosh.
That's the battery.
Wow.
And it's not the type that you can buy at Harbor Freight. I mean, it's a better battery, but it's still $2 as compared to $10.
Isn't that amazing? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 5 years. That's the amazing part. All right, let's take a little break and we'll be right back. If you have any questions about your TV, your remote, we don't ever get remote questions anymore, or ever. Maybe your smartphone, your computer, your cable, your antennas. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sun mixing with clouds today. There'll be a spotty thunderstorm in the afternoon and evening, high 90 to 94. Patchy clouds tonight, low 74 to 76. Partly sunny for tomorrow and Sunday with an afternoon thunderstorm around each day, high 90 to 94 tomorrow and 88 to 92 Sunday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Heather Zayer.
The very best in quality is Captain T's upholstery.
Hey, this is Dan. Let me ask you a few questions. Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's Upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's upholstery.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Nestled in the heart of horse country, just off I-75 exit 354, the award-winning and newly refreshed Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala invites you to pamper yourself in one of our comfy guest rooms. Enjoy our free and fast Wi-Fi, heated outdoor swimming pool, 24-hour fitness center, and our deluxe continental breakfast. Other on-site amenities include a restaurant, putt-putt golf, and a car wash. Go happy, go Hojo at the Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala, proud sponsor of Friday Night High School football on WOCA, The Source.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
WOCA.
All right, Jim George is here. He's the owner of American Cable Services and Media in Motion, and he's our friend. And I was just thinking about our friendship, Jim. I was thinking about the fact that we only really see you a half hour every week, but you're a friend.
Yep.
It's kind of weird that we have this weird friendship. We don't ever go anywhere other than here. This is it.
This is it.
You have helped my friend Doug with his antenna. You helped me with my leg. Now, off the air, you would give me some more advice for
what call in for free medical advice.
What was it again? Like arthritis pains?
Yeah, so it's honey, apple cider vinegar, and water. And it's like a joint relief. It will definitely make your joints not hurt.
Oh, apple cider vinegar is one thing. Apple cider vinegar, water, and honey. Is honey just make it taste good?
Yeah, it does. It takes it's really the apple cider vinegar.
So the real active ingredient is the apple cider vinegar,
right? And water, because you don't want to just drink pure apple cider vinegar. So you take that and water and honey's going to make it sweet. But I was telling Robin off the air that it's like a lubricant for your body. The honey is. It's a stimulant. It kind of gets right to the point.
And your wife does this.
Oh yeah.
Do you do this? Why?
I do not. I take potassium because I had muscles that were sore. So I had Charlie horses.
Yeah.
I wake up in the middle of the night with a Charlie horse. It was always in the wrong spot, so I.
Gosh.
Never mind. So so.
If you hadn't said never mind, I wouldn't have thought anything of it.
Yeah. It's always in the calves or the thighs, and I said, "This is killing." I mean, really. So I was eating a banana a day, and because the doctor said, high in but that wasn't working. Then I switched to dates because dates are 5 times higher in potassium than.
Oh, I know.
And that didn't work. So, I went and had it checked at the pharmacist, and he said, "Nope, you just got to get a potassium supplement." Mm-hmm. And I do. Ta-da!
And it makes all the difference. Isn't that great that doctors are now recognizing that you can use supplements for certain things?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
But then other ones they warn you against. So you gotta. I guess if you're kind of old-fashioned like me, and you seem to be, that you would ask the doctor before you just kind of read something on the internet.
Well, yeah, I just told him what I had found out, and then that I was going to start taking it. He said, "I can't wait."
Hoyt, where's he from? Brooklyn?
It could be.
And Jim is very much into community too, because every time Larry and I would raise money for the literacy counselor or something, Jim was always there with monetary donations, and you would provide monetary donations for students and things like that. So you're always in the community, Jim. Always.
Yeah, I just have to cut back a little bit on my time. I used to go to Marion Technical Institute and be a mentor, and I used to do a lot of things, but there's just not enough time.
Oh my gosh, I know.
And the older I get, there's less time.
And the more public you are, you're very public.
Yes.
Everybody knows what
But I'm not going to run for office, so they don't throw it away.
By the way,
Queen is safe.
Speaking of medical things and contributing your time, that whole oh gosh, what was that thing where you poured ice on your head? The challenge,
the ice bucket challenge for Lou Gehrig's disease.
They are crediting the money raised from that for them discovering some kind of a gene that might lead to a cure or a treatment.
Wow.
For ALS patients.
There you go.
Yeah. So it actually made a difference.
I've actually poured a lot of cold water over my head in my lifetime. I never got paid for it. It is so hot out there. I know the homeowners know it's hot out there, but you can just walk outside your door.
How hot is it?
It's as hot as a shilling in Kenya.
Yes. No, it's as hot as shillings to a poor man in Kenya.
To a poor man in Kenya.
Well, that's a new phrase we heard this morning. It's so hot in upstate New York, horse manure is bursting into flames.
Holy
cow.
It's hot as shillings to a poor man in Kenya.
Yeah. You don't want to be behind any police officers on horseback.
Oh, no thanks.
Oh boy.
And you also have to go over different kinds of terrain and things when you put in your systems.
Yeah, I was always getting stuck
Dangerous.
in my old car. I'm glad I have this Tahoe now. This Tahoe is a lifesaver. I think this, but just because the tires are a little bigger and a little fatter. I had a van before, and those vans, I got stuck all the time. But no, I have to go on job sites and everything. But thank goodness it's kind of winding down for me. I'm going to be at the Southeast Builders Convention in Orlando today.
Oh.
And that's, I don't know if you've been advertising or not. That's where all the home builders go to display what the new kitchen appliances look like, how the new building materials, all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to go down and take a look at some of the wares they have and see how I can incorporate them. I don't expect to see any technology there other than the electronic blinds, open and close your blinds electronically.
Oh, really?
Turn on and turn off your water heater.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the new technology today is you get your cell phone, you call your house, it answers, you hit number 1, your water heater turns on. By the time you get home, your water is hot, you take a shower, and then you turn it off.
Then save money on electricity.
Water heater is a big thing that's always running 24 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's got all type of other things. You can turn your alarm on, turn your alarm off from your car. They have the door opening systems now where you can put a little sticker on your own credit card. So when you take your wallet out, take your credit card out, you just wave your credit card against the door, and it recognizes that sticker and lets you in your house. You don't need a key.
Oh, my gosh.
But if you forget your credit card because you lost it, it's still got a numerical pad, touch-tone pad, and you just hit your code and it opens it up.
Did I tell you about the schools that were using fingerprints from the kids so they can pay for their school lunches?
I had not heard that one.
Yeah, they got away from the magnetic strip cards because if a child forgot his card, he could just tell the teacher or the cafeteria worker his number.
Right.
And the kids didn't always remember their numbers or if they got it wrong. Now they're with fingerprint technology. Just put a fingerprint, boom. Oh, okay, you're paid, Johnny. Thank you.
Yep.
Boom, you're paid, Susie.
Mm-hmm.
There was another app I wanted to tell you about. It was bird call recognition app.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, listen to this. The old bird call recognition app, you had to listen to the bird and then find that sound on your app and then say, oh, that's that one. The new one, you record the bird and it analyzes it and says, oh, that's a whooping something.
Oh, now that is cool.
That's a duck.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what birds it would be.
No.
It's a flamingo over there.
But wouldn't that be cool? I mean, how many times have you been outside and you hear a bird and you say, I wonder what that is?
Yeah.
Just what is that sound,
I wonder if you could reverse it and then let it play back and attract birds.
Oh, that's a good thought. I bet you could.
Just put a speaker outside.
If you know what the bird is saying.
Oh, just chirp, chirp,
It might, but some things they chirp might mean, hey, let's have sex, baby, or another thing
Get more birds.
That's right.
Another thing might be, hey, there's a cat around here, don't come around,
Mm-hmm.
They might be actually saying something.
It could be. You never can tell about those birds.
I'm guessing most animal noises are simply, asking for sex. That's probably the biggest message.
Probably.
We've been having a lot of afternoon rainstorms. I guess you've noticed that yourself. And we reminded the people before about surge protectors. Part of the training yesterday was on the new surge protectors. And I know I have one on my house, and it has saved me time and time again where my neighbors would complain they lost a refrigerator, they lost this. The surge protectors really work.
And you have a phone call coming in. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Good morning. I have a question about antennas. Unfortunately, prior to hearing you last week, I had already bought an antenna. It's been sitting in a box. And, my question has to do with my house is located, and the antennas are a line of sight antenna for digital TV, and on my north side and like most stations are on the west and south side, or on Tampa and Orlando. So my question was, because I'm blocked by 30 foot of trees on those two sides, if I were to take and somehow pivot on an upward angle, would possibly going on an angle more up towards the sun help get some of those stations that are being blocked by trees on the two sides, or is it pretty much just useless on those sides since there's 30-foot of trees in the way?
Well, it's always better, of course, to get above the tree line, but with the new antennas, they have a built-in preamp. And so, especially the ones like Ken sells, you can get them without the preamps. I think he's limited himself to ones with preamps because it amplifies the signal before it comes to your set. Doug's house that we put on, we're only 8 foot above his metal trailer, and he's got a tree on his on the south side that's blocking him literally 100%. And yet he's getting all those Orlando channels. Mm-hmm. So I would suggest that if you are only going to put up 20 foot, put up 30 foot. Just go 10 feet more. And I think you'll get all the Orlando channels, Inverness, you'll get Gainesville for sure, Ocala, all of them.
Okay, great. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jim. We're right up against the clock. Thank you for the call. Yeah. Jim, thank you for what you do and for helping all of us. And we'll see you next week.
No problem. Have a great day. Bye now. Good weekend.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Hillary Clinton claims the Democratic presidential nomination introduced by daughter Chelsea last